morning children. I am Satishri from Bharadasana Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam, Department of Chemistry. Now we are going to discuss on the interesting topic on 10th standard science, 7th chapter atoms and molecules, which is the basics of chemistry. Let's see, chemistry is all about chemical reactions. Yes, chemistry is all about chemical reactions. What causes that chemical reaction? How a chemical reaction is occurring? It's due to the change in the arrangement of atoms and molecules of the compounds. Let's see what are the atoms and molecules. Before getting into that, we need to know the concepts of atom and molecule. Atom. Who proposed this word? How this word origin? Yes, atom. It's the first one is proposed by Maharishi Kennard. He is not a scientist, he is a philosopher. He gave a theory on atom, but it is not scientific and it is not scientifically proven, and it was not accepted by scientists also. So Maharishi Kennard, he was the only one who proposed the word anu, which means pirikka mudiyada, which cannot be further indivisible. Later on, many philosophers came with several theories on atom, but they were not up to the scientific level, they are up to only in the philosophical level. So they were not accepted by scientists. John Dalton, he is the English chemist who put forth a theory on atoms, structure and its properties. He is the only one. He is from England and is an English chemist who gave a clear theory about atom and its properties. Hence, he has also failed to express many of the properties of atoms, which was rectified by the scientists like Niels Bohr, Schrödinger, Rutherford. Even though his theory was taken into account, and this theory is formulated as modern atomic theory, and John Dalton is known as the father of modern atomic theory. Let me give you an interesting fact about John Dalton. As we all know, he is a chemist, but he was suffered by night blindness. He was not able to see the things properly after 6 o'clock. So he was suffered by night blindness, and he was initially interested in meteorological things, which is the space objects. Later on, he developed his interest on the structure of atom, how the structure of atom looks like, how the molecules are made up of, how the things around us are made up of. This brings him the interest to develop a theory on atomic structure. So he is considered as the father of chemistry, John Dalton, and he is basically an English chemist who developed his interest on atomic structure. Initially, he was much interested in meteorological things. Fine. Let us discuss the modern atomic theory. There are 7 postulates in modern atomic theory, and these 7 postulates are accepted by the worldwide scientists, and it was formulated till now. Before getting into the modern atomic theory, we need to know everything around us is made up of matter. Let us take this example of chalk piece. This chalk piece, we can say it as matter because it is occupying a definite shape and volume. It is occupying a definite shape and volume. So anything which occupies space and volume, we can simply call it as a matter. And what constitutes this matter? What matter is made up of? Matter is made up of atoms and molecules. Let's come to atom. What is an atom? What definition you can say for atom? Before getting into atom and molecule, let us recall some points about atoms and molecules. Who was considered as the father of chemistry? Yes, John Dalton was considered as the father of chemistry. What is matter? Anything which occupies space and volume is called matter. What matter is constituting? What constitutes the matter? Atoms and molecule constitutes the matter. These are some ideas we have to keep in our mind before getting into the topic of atoms and molecules. Now, if you want to study the structure of atom, we need to know that 7 postulates of modern atomic theory. Let us discuss the top postulates one by one. First, an atom is no longer indivisible. In the 7 postulates, you have to remember only one word so that you can memorize the whole point itself. In this first postulate, an atom is no longer indivisible, which means that it cannot be further subdivided. Let us consider this chalk piece. If I am keep on dividing this matter, at a certain stage I cannot divide it furthermore. In that stage I can call it as an atom. So which means atom is no longer indivisible, but there comes a subatomic particles called discovery of protons, neutrons, electrons. What are they? Do anyone have idea about this? Protons, neutrons, electrons. Protons, P-R-O-T-O-N-S, neutrons, N-E-U-T-R-O-N-S, electrons, E-L-E-C-T-R-O-N-S. These 3 are the subatomic particles, and I will show you a simple model of structure of atom. This is the structure of atom, in which this is the center of atom, which is called the nucleus, and these are the orbits where the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and this nucleus contains protons and neutrons, and the outermost shell contains electrons. These electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and these electrons are negatively charged particles. These protons are positively charged. These neutrons are neutral charge. They have no charge. They are neutral in charge. So this is the simple structure of atom, in which the center is concentrated by the presence of nucleus, in which nucleus contains protons and neutrons, where the outermost shell contains electrons, which is revolving around the nucleus at a particular orbit. So what are the key points we have to remember in this first point? Yes, electrons, electrons are negatively charged particle. This is the key point we have to remember in this first point. Second one, protons. They are positively charged subatomic particles which is present in the nucleus of an atom. Protons are positively charged. And what charge neutron have? Yes, neutrons are neutral. They don't have any charge which is present in the nucleus of an atom. So these are the keywords we have to remember in the first point, and this word indivisible. Indivisible, which means it cannot be divided. So these are the key points we have to remember while studying the modern atomic theory. And this is the first postulate, which is an atom is no longer indivisible before the discovery of electrons, protons and neutrons, and they are the subatomic particles. They are present in the atom where electrons are revolving around the orbits, protons protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus, electrons are revolving around the nucleus. And one more important thing, electrons are negatively charged, which has the charge of minus, whereas protons inside the nucleus are positively charged, whereas the sign is plus. The charge on the protons are plus. So this is the first postulate of modern atomic theory. Now repeat, an atom is no longer indivisible. Before the discovery of electrons, protons and neutrons, they are collectively called subatomic particles. Now we will move on to the next postulate. Atoms of same element differs in mass numbers they were existing and they are called as isotopes, which means, let us give you a simple explanation for isotope. Isotopes, this is the way to spell this word. Iso, I-S-O, isotopes, T-O-P-E-S. This is the way to spell isotopes. The word iso means same, which means the atoms are same. Let us take a simple example of hydrogen. These three are hydrogen atom and the atomic number is also same. Only the difference between this isotope is their mass number will differ from atom to atom. You can simply identify the change in mass number by the value of 1. This is the mass number of this isotope is 1, the mass number of this isotope is 2 and the mass number of this isotope is 3. So we can simply say, though the three atoms are same and having the same atomic number but differs only in the mass number. So we can define that isotopes are existing, in which the atoms are same, atoms of the same element contains different mass number, and this is the explanation for isotope. Once again I am recalling the 2 points. First point is atom is no longer indivisible. Only it contains the subatomic particles called protons, neutrons and electrons. This is all about the first point. Atoms of same element contains differs mass number. The atoms are same and the elements are same. The only difference between these three isotopes are their mass number is differing by 1 unit. So even though they have same atomic number, their mass number differs same. Here you will get a question like, what is atomic number, what is mass number? Let me explain the things. Mass number is the one in which it gives the idea about the number of protons and neutrons. How many protons and how many neutrons are present in an atom. This information can be given by the value of mass number. So what is atomic number? Atomic number will give you the information of the number of protons alone. So with this model, can we find what is the atomic number and mass number of this model, atomic model? Now look at the number of electrons. How many electrons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 electrons are there in this model of atom. So the atomic number of this model is look at the nucleus. Count the number of protons. 1, 2, 3. Count the number of neutrons. 1, 2, 3. So mass number will give you the idea of number of protons plus neutrons. So I can simply say 3 plus 3. So 6 is the mass number of the atom. So this is how you have to calculate the mass number and atomic number. This is the example for isotopes. So this is the second postulate. Let's move on to the third postulate. Like isotopes, there is one other term called isobars. The definition for isobars are atoms of different element having same mass number. Having same mass number. They are called isobars. They are simply opposite for isotopes. I will give you the explanation. Isotopes, as I mentioned before, iso refers to the word same. So iso means same. In isotopes, they are same atoms but with different mass numbers. But in isobars, they were different atoms but with the mass number same. This is the main difference between isotopes and isobars. Isotopes differ in the mass numbers, but isobars, the element itself differs but the mass number remains same. This is the main difference between isotopes and isobars. Differs in mass number is the keyword in this point. Same mass number is the keyword in its isobars. So this is the main difference between isotopes and isobars. Let's move on to the fourth point. Atom is no longer indestructible. Atom is no longer indestructible, which means one cannot destroy atom simply. One cannot destroy atom. Atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is an important postulate which was accepted by worldwide scientists. Atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. So how transformation can be done? Yes, it can be done by artificial transmutation. Using this technique, atom of one element can be transmuted to the atom of another element. Artificial transmutation. This is an important keyword in this point. Artificial. Artificial, which means something not natural. Something man-made is known as artificial. Artificial refers to the meaning of man-made, non-natural. It's called artificial. Transmutation refers to the transformation, change of one into another. So I am converting the atom of one element to another atom by some man-made activities. This is the definition for this word, artificial transmutation, and this is the important keyword for this point. Atom is no longer indestructible. Destructible means, indestructible refers to it cannot be destroyed. It cannot be destroyed. It can neither be created nor be destroyed. ஆக்கவோ அழிக்கவோ முடியாது அப்படிங்கிறதா இதோட meaning. Artificial can be transformed from one element to another element by artificial transmutation. Now look at the next topic. Atoms may not always combine. Atoms may not always combine in a simple whole number ratio. I will give you the explanation. For example, let us take a molecule of glucose C6H12O6. In this molecule, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they are combined in the ratio of 6:12:6. If you are dividing by 2, we will get 1:2:1. So atoms may or may not always combine in a simple whole number ratio. These are the whole numbers. You cannot find any atom of, for example, let us take a compound of sodium chloride. Can you find sodium 0.5, chlorine 1.2? This will not exist. They will always combine in a simple whole number ratio. This is the main keyword, whole number ratio. Keep in mind children, whole number ratio. This is the next postulate. Now move on to the next postulate of modern atomic theory. As we discussed above, let me recall the things from beginning. Atom is no longer indivisible before the discovery of electrons, protons and neutrons, and they were called subatomic particles. And the second topic is about isotopes, in which the atom same, atomic number will remain same, only they will differ in the mass number. And also the third point, isobars, in which the elements will be differ but their mass numbers remains same. And the next postulate is about artificial transmutation. Atoms are no longer indestructible, which cannot be destroyed. Only it can be transformed from one element to another element by the means of artificial transmutation. And the next point, atoms may not always combine in a simple whole number ratio. You will not find any of the compound with decimal ratios. Only they will combine in the form of simple whole number ratio. The next point is, an atom is a smallest particle which takes place in a chemical reaction, which takes place in a chemical reaction. This point will give you a clear idea about if a chemical reaction is occurring, the change is transformed from atomic level. Let us discuss a simple chemical reaction. I am mixing two different liquids. It is giving a beautiful pink color. So that pink color is caused by the electronic arrangement of the two mixing liquids. So their atomic level, the change was taking place. This atom is the smallest particle which can take place in a chemical reaction. The next postulate is the mass of an atom can be converted into energy. There is a expression for this, an important key point to take note. Mass of an atom is equal to energy, and this postulate can be mathematically represented as by formula E is equal to mc square, where E is the energy of an electron and m is the mass of an electron, where energy can be transformed to mass and mass can be transformed to energy. This is a simple relation of mass energy relation, which was given by great scientist Albert Einstein. This expression was given by Albert Einstein, which relates the mass of an electron to the energy of an electron. That means if you are breaking an atom, it will release a large, enormous amount of energy. It shows how mass of an electron can be transferred to energy, which can be useful for many other ways for the development of man's resource. So these are the 7 postulates of modern atomic theory. Once again I am recalling the postulates. Postulate number 1, atoms are no longer indivisible. Do atoms invisible? No. Atoms are not invisible. It cannot be divisible furthermore. Before the discovery of protons, neutrons and electrons. But according to this, atoms are divisible into protons, neutrons and electrons. Next, second postulate is about isotopes. Isotopes are the elements which are having same atomic number but only differ in their mass numbers. And once again, atomic number refers to the number of protons, mass number refers to the number of protons plus number of neutrons. Protons, they are positively charged, neutrons, they are neutral charged, electrons, they are negatively charged, and nucleus contains protons and neutrons. Electrons are revolving around the outermost shell of the electron. This is the second postulate. And the third postulate tells about isobars. Isobars refers to atoms of different element having same mass number. And the fourth point is atom is no longer indestructible. It cannot be destroyed. Only it can be transformed from one element of one atom of element to the atom of another element by the term artificial transmutation. That is an important key point you have to keep in mind. Artificial transmutation. Transmutation refers to the transformation, change of one form of element to another form of element. This is known as artificial transmutation. Transmutation. This is how you have to spell the word artificial. This is how you have to spell this word, artificial transmutation. The next point is atoms may not always combine in a simple whole number ratio. You will not find any compound of this decimal ratios. Only with the whole numbers the molecule and atoms will combine together. This is the fifth postulate. And the sixth postulate is an atom is the smallest particle which can take part in a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, the change is taking place in their atomic level. This is the explanation. The mass of an atom can be converted to equivalent amount of energy, which was given by Einstein's mass energy relationship of E is equal to mc square. Do you know what is the C refers to? The C refers to velocity of light. Which is the constant energy of the electron. The C refers to the energy of the electron, M refers to the mass of the electron, and C refers to the velocity of light. So these are the 7 postulates about modern atomic theory. You have to keep in your mind before getting into the topic. You need to know what is atomic number, what is mass number, what is electron, what is proton, what is neutron, what is artificial transmutation, what is the relationship between mass of an electron and energy of an electron, isotope, isobars. These are the key points you have to remember. And isotopes are the elements of same but they differ in their atomic mass number. Isobars, the atoms are different but they have same mass number. Artificial transmutation, in which one atom can be transmuted, which is transformed to other element by man-made methods, that is called artificial transmutation. The mass of an atom can be converted to energy by the relation of E is equal to mc square. Protons, which is present inside the nucleus and they are positively charged. Neutrons, they have neutral charge and present in the nucleus. Electrons, they are negatively charged and they are revolving around the nucleus of an atom, and these electrons are negatively charged. Atoms are indivisible, it cannot be divided further. Mass number of protons and neutrons present in an atom. Atomic number refers to the number of protons present in an atom. These are the key points and these are the keywords you have to remember while reading this topic. Do the self-assessment, children, and try to remember the 7 points, and this is an important question in public examination, most expected question in public examination. These 7 points are very important to describe the nature of atom and this. Okay children, hope you understood the concepts clearly and you know something new about electrons, protons and neutrons, and you have came across interesting facts of John Dalton. So children, keep the key points in your mind, remember the key points, try to remember the 7 points which are the modern atomic theory postulates. Do the self assessment clearly. Thank you children.